Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Inside the Legends. It is Tuesday, January 6th, 2026, and today we're going to be covering this breaking news that Mary Peltola is set to announce her Senate run for Alaska sometime this month. This is the reason this is such a breaking news, and why it's so important is because she is the only, and I mean the only Democrat in the state of Alaska who can win this Senate race and flip it from R to D ahead of 2026. Mary Peltola has an interesting record. We can look in 2024. This was an R plus 13 state. Trump won it by 13. Look on the House level. Mary Peltola was the House candidate. Yes, she lost. She lost by 2 points, but she overperformed by 11 points. If she lost by 2 in 2024, in 2026 is set to be an environment even more blue than going to be more than 2 points bluer than 2024. That's setting up Mary Peltola to be in the lead in this race. And the reason we can compare the Senate race and the House race so close is because they are the same thing. Alaska Alaska, since its state has such a small population, the House of Representatives race, Alaska at large, the Alaska governor's race, and the Alaska Senate races are all the same. There's no, like in Texas, everything's not divided into hundreds of districts. It's all one election. And if she is losing this election by 2 in a red wave year, imagine what she'll do in 2026 in a blue wave year in a federal statewide election in Alaska. And look at 2022. She won by 10 points. 2022 was not a blue year. It wasn't a red wave year per se, but it was not a blue year whatsoever. Republicans took back control of the House of Representatives. Flipped they flipped 9 seats. Not nine. They flipped the House of Representatives. And she's actually did this twice. The 2022, like I just showed you, she won by 9, but there's also a special election where she first won, and she also won by 10. Not 10. She only won by 2. My bad. The point is, well, she won by 2, and then in the special election she won by 2, and then in the on-cycle election she won by 10. That's what I was trying to say. The point is, she is a strong candidate, and she can win this race. The reason this is such breaking news is because we thought, not maybe we didn't think, but she was debating. She was debating, and we have been speculating if she was going to run for Alaska Senate, Alaska House, or Alaska Governor. I personally was leaning towards Governor because look, while we only have one governor's poll for Alaska, if Mary Peltola did run, she was up by 30. The governor's race for her would be a lock. She would win this race. She wouldn't have to put $1 into this race. She would win it by double digits. But the Senate race, on the other hand, is an uphill battle. Like I said before, this is a Trump plus 13 state. Alaska, Trump won it by 13. In the Senate race, we only have 2 polls. Now, I guarantee you with this news coming out, we'll get tons more polls in the coming weeks or months. But the only 2 polls are now. One has her up by 2 points, and one has her down by 1 point. The point is that this is a close race, and she can win it. It's an uphill climb, but she can win it just like Democrats can win the North Carolina Senate race and the Michigan Senate race. This is no more of a toss-up than North Carolina is, than Georgia is, than Michigan is, than Maine is. Alaska is the new swing state of 2026. Simply put, it is the new swing state. Once she announces her run, we can look at the current ratings of Alaska. This is before this news came out. This Wikipedia hasn't updated this yet, but all the predictor websites, Solidar, Tiltar, I don't know what that's about. I don't. But the point is, everyone says that this race is a solid red race, and it is, because at the time of this, Mary Peltola had not announced her candidacy. Because if she does not run, if she were not running for this race, it would be a solid red state that Republicans wouldn't have to put $1 into it. They would win it by 10 points without batting an eye to it. Look at the last Senate race. Murkowski won by 7. And before, Dan Sullivan won by 13. The candidate that Mary Peltola is facing up against in 2026, Dan Sullivan, won by 13. He would win by 13 against any other candidate, but no. He's running against Mary Peltola now. And this is the newest swing state of 2026. Democrats can win this. And I believe that wholeheartedly. We can look at the Senate map. Sorry, bear with me for a second. I should have had this prepared. But Democrats are going to win Oregon, Illinois. I was going to fill in all these states. I'm not going to worry about margins right now. Democrats are going to win. Say Democrats win all the swing states too. I don't know if they will, but say they do. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Let me do margins. Okay. If Democrats win all the swing states, the current swing states, that would put them at 48 seats, Republicans 51. But if they win Alaska, that becomes 49-51. And if they win one more state, if James Tallarico pulls out the win in Texas, it becomes 50-50. If, say, Sherrod Brown wins in Ohio, Democrats win the Senate majority. And nobody was expecting Democrats to win the Senate majority in 2026. In 2024, everybody said it was a lost cause. They said Republicans are going to hold on to the Senate for the next decade, if not longer. But it is a real possibility for Democrats to win the Senate, because with Mary Peltola in Alaska, this race is as much of a swing as, like I said before, as North Carolina is, as Georgia is, as Maine is, as Michigan is, as Ohio. It's closer for the Democrats in Ohio is, and that should scare Republicans to death, and that should make Democrats extremely happy, because this is one more Senate seat that they can, and with Mary Peltola in this race, will win. Okay, that's it for my thoughts on this race, my analysis on this news. What are your thoughts? Do you think Mary Peltola can win this race? If you have any suggestions for video ideas, just let me know in the comments. I'll make a video about it. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to like it, subscribe it, share it, and yeah, hope you have a great day.